Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On the ground, this is Jalen Rashad. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which have to keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. And his first pass is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
They'll fake the give. Now Keenum steps away. And some room to maneuver. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. First carry for Royce Freeman, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we're good.
They'll try the air now with Keenum. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Freeman again. That the first NFL touchdown in the career of Royce Freeman as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Very left, very left.
They'll start out on the ground. It's TJ Yeldon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 5 here to start things out. Back to throw, Keenum. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch there for Thomas. It's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A 1st down carry down for Yeldon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to let this one go deep. It's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are in for 6. Man's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
How you doing? It's not going so bad. It's really, you know how I said I don't like to do all that flashy stuff? Well, it makes the game really slow for me, but it's okay. I like that. But doing pretty good. So the kids got into an argument because I guess Calvin told them to box off after what's the name and work on some potatoes, and they just like, I gotta go, and they just all leaving. He's like, hey man, y'all
really couldn't get anything going.
Y'all don't do that with Chad here, and then look at you like, when you trying to get a girl number, get a girl Facebook, I'm just asking her. And then so he like, but that's besides when I was still telling y'all to box off. I'm just like,
just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
yeah, but he telling them to box off as he get the girl Facebook. It's a person on what it looks like.
Whatever you want to call it. 7
Like
yards.
he like, hey man, box off. But I've always, Mr. Crawford said, one thing he said that always stuck with me. You may not like it, but you still gotta respect them essentially. So then you can say something to the person that's over the fly, but you respect that person essentially. But they don't respect that. Just like at the beginning, Calvin didn't respect Will. So it's just kind of like he's like, yeah, y'all won't be tomorrow. I was just like, I don't know. Big boy now. Yeah.
Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
How's work going? Maybe so glad to come in there.
Take a little time to develop, and it can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes
I feel like this whole year is gonna be up and down for you, but it's
typically a blitz.
I really just feel like the biggest problem is that what you was doing wasn't nursing. You got kind of used to it. Like this is
the Broncos offense now gets ready to get back onto the field. And for them to touchdown their last goal, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start planning for this drive, when you start thinking
like
what you're going to do, you don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
I know you want to
prepare for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get 10 there.
You wish it was easier, like I wish school was easy.
And we have
pretty
to
sure he was
credit
nurses
for
school,
buying
so
time and extending the
things in
play.
life,
But you know there's
it's
some
not easy.
really upset
Everybody's
defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in
Pregnancy
Teflon
won't be
and he got
easy.
away.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just head it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
She's pregnant.
On 1st down, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks.
I was about to say, I was just
Great
about to
coverage
get on
downfield, which helped that pass rush.
About to
They're
say
really
coffee.
working in sync right now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On 2nd down, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Okay.
It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Whoa. My wife is pregnant.
From the gun, here's Keenum. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Demare. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs. We're good.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And he's got room. Got got some real estate inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Keenum now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On second down, here's Yeldon. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys work against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll try and run forward with Yeldon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. He'll get it up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Now Keenum on third and goal. Into heavy trap. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin with a run by Yeldon. And some room to work. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Let's go. Here we go, boy.
The final shot before half for Keenum. And the Raiders have got him. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of them.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Let's go. Everyone's got 4 down.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Roger.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean a magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Monday down. Hey, here we go. Hey, what's new? Heavy, man.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. 64 yards.
Go. Get set.
They'll run with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now Carr throwing on second down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Keenum. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. Thomas barreling ahead. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They come out here in the eye. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. Keenum now on the keeper, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Case Keenum with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Lynch running the counter. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Here we go. Hey. 6-18.
On first down, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Express. Let 5-man box.
Back to the ground, Lynch. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. On the return is Henderson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage, they've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
No, Roger.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. And he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Here's a give to Yeldon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Freeman the first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Throw with Keenum. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And now running right through it.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now a handoff to Yeldon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
No, not running. Keenum wants to throw. His throw incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, oh no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go, let's go.
To throw is Keenum. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Broncos, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.